All right, everyone should be able to hear us, and now everyone should be able to see us. Yes, nailed it. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're live.
Internet.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to do the like countdown until we're live for my players because I'm a terrible, inconsiderate host. So I'm sorry. I'll get better about it. We had a week off, but now we're here.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yay.
We started with a day off, and here we are.
Yeah.
Well, y'all did. I don't know.
Yeah. So we're down one spooky whisper tonight, but we've got our good buddy. Where is he? He's here, Sam, popping in with the special celebrity guest role.
Yeah.
Sam, the veteran of this channel. Yeah.
You might remember me from the other Blades in the Dark campaign.
That's
and
right.
Dragon Hoist.
That's right. He plays in a lot of things with me.
Yes.
Because he's a wonderful person. And,
did this crew run into the Silburns yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
Never mind then.
Stop spoiling my narrative.
I'm not spoiling narrative. I'm just asking if they're running into.
Yeah.
They also haven't run into several other characters, so that's fine.
No, the Silburns were part of the group of PCs from the first Blades campaign that Sam played in. That's what he was asking about.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
We have beaten up a couple of lamplights, though.
Oh, you beat up some lamplights. Well done. You've earned my respect already.
Yeah. So
beat up, as in murdered.
Yeah, we can.
That's the correct.
I'm so excited for this campaign to be like 10 episodes deep or something, and then I kind of want to host like a talk show sometime where I have like people from the first campaign and people from the second campaign, and you guys could just swap war stories of like terrible shit that I've put you guys through.
I don't disagree.
Yeah,
I think that's a fine idea.
So shall we get started then? Wait, hold on. I gotta find my. Where's my? Here it is.
Allow me like 2 more seconds.
Yeah, no, take your time.
Awesome.
We're gonna talk and do some intro stuff. I'm gonna follow up with the end of last session, so you've got a couple minutes before I pop you in.
Thank you.
This is also the return. This is the return of my post-it note GM prep.
There we go. The post-it note.
Yeah. It's been a couple.
Did we do experience last time?
We did.
Okay.
It's in my notes. It's in my notes that I paid you guys. So we're good. So it's been a couple weeks, so I'll summarize kind of like the story so far for you guys and for Sam, who's just jumping in. Even though I know, Sam, you're an avid fan and you watch all of the VODs of all of this campaign.
I've watched several of them.
Super fan.
There's only several of them, so.
There's
several.
4.
Yeah, well, this is number 4, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah. So there will be 4 in a couple of days when I upload the VOD of this. But I organized everything in the YouTube in a nice little folder. There are little folders for all of the different campaigns, and it's all very organized, and I was very proud of myself.
We're all proud of you.
Organization skill up.
Yeah, normally when I need to organize stuff, I just call Simone and have her organize things for me. So the fact that I did it all on my own, I don't know, is a thing. Anyways, when last we left off, our ragtag group of scoundrels just getting started in this underworld and prime time here in Duskvol, stole a carriage from the Lamplacks. You guys broke into a warehouse, stole a carriage, beat up some guards on the way out, bought some goats to drive the carriage, and drove it onto a boat, and that was phase 1. And then in phase 2, you guys used the boat and you smuggled it from where you were holed up in Dunslow, across and over and into an area in Brightstone. You guys passed by a Bluecoat naval checkpoint on the way, which you smooth talked and presented some forged papers. You were then assaulted by the gondoliers, a gang.
Your cat.
Oh, good little
Sorry,
cat.
he didn't mean to interrupt. He just wants to play.
That's okay.
Sorry, Edgar, go over.
It's okay. He's the gondolier stand-in.
Totally good.
Yeah. So you did that. You were in the. You guys got assaulted by the gondoliers, and you fended them off, killing a couple of them, forcing some to run, and capturing one.
Oh, that's right. We did. It was a woman.
Yes, which you
Not bleeding out, but she's pretty beat up.
Yeah, she's like
mine.
She's
hardcore.
She's stable and passed out.
But question: Did I ask? Is she hot? Did I ask that?
Do not touch my bounty.
You did not ask.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't turn her in.
Do not ruffle my expensive feathers. Like
he's not even worth that much. Come on.
It's money.
Yeah,
it's fair.
You'll probably like if you turn her in at the end, you'll get like an extra coin or whatever. So you did that, and then when we left off, you guys, we kind of left off with you guys arriving at the area in Brightstone, like the little side dock that you were meant to bring your cargo to, your package. Oh, also you discovered.
Oh, the box.
Yeah, you also discovered. Well, you're transporting the carriage. You also discovered a secret compartment in the carriage that contained a box that you didn't want to open because there was a lock that seemed that seemed magical as fuck.
Yep, and we put it back, and then we got into combat.
Yep. And so you know that that's there. You decided not to fuck with it and tamper with it at all, which is good. I mean,
foreshadowing.
I mean, it's neither good nor bad. What am I talking about? It's not up to me.
This was a totally neutral decision.
Yeah, it was totally fine.
I feel nothing.
We had a squirrel moment.
Yeah,
Tell my
that was more important.
And so yeah, so we'll do some opening. I've got some like some NPCs for you guys to meet, and we'll have some discussing, and then you have well, you'll find out. So we open on the misty, like gray, darkish evening of Duskvol, and we like get like this like cool drone shot over like the Brightstone district, which is like where like the rich and like rich like noble houses are, so like the place is like fancy as shit. And
so where are we saying Eric's character is right now?
He'll be with you. He's just not going to say anything, and like and like I'll just do my best to like kind of like, you know, well, he'll probably have something mysteriously come up when you got after this, but like for continuity's sake, he is with you guys
got it
now. And then next week when he's back, he told me he's planning to watch these VODs, so he'll watch, and then I'm gonna give him the opportunity. Eric, I'm gonna give you the opportunity if there's anything that you want to say or do or inquire about in these scenes coming up. We're gonna flash back to them, and you can ask whatever, and he can ask whatever.
Cool.
So we get this like cool drone shot, which like kind of like goes into like one of those like over the water shots, and we see coming through the mist your boat that you have that is a little bit dinged up on the side because of before, but functional. And we see you guys come through. We see Costa, your bud, and you guys helping to dock. Oh yeah, Costa's one of their friends, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, random weird thing from crossing the two campaigns. Costa was like the big bad of Sam's campaign.
Oh, that's what I wanted him to be as my bounty hunter friend, but you made him like friendly Santa, like.
Well, Costa
Hey, guys.
Costa was
Guys,
Costa was a very different character in the old campaign.
Yeah, this was. I have a feeling this was a very different character. So that's.
Yeah.
Enjoy the Costa you have.
Yeah, Costa in the other campaign was kind of a shit.
Yeah, this one he's like a helpful Ask Jeeves with presents.
Oh no, that's a much better Costa. Enjoy that.
So you guys dock and you get like the gangplank down, and Costa turns to you all and says, we should unload our cargo and bring it down. I will lead us to the meeting point, and we will meet our benefactor and
Sweet.
Deliver the goods.
I am hella stressed though. We're gonna get downtime after this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna.
You say that directly to Costa.
I am tweaking, man.
What you do in your free time is of none of my concern, my friend. And so so you guys get the cart, bring it down, and Costa kind of like leads you, and the cart pulled by the two goats, Spruce and Ivy. Yes, I have them written down.
Spruce and Ivy.
I remember one of them was Ivy. I couldn't remember the other.
It's Spruce.
I like that.
Yeah, your two goats, and so we get the next scene. You guys are in like a back alley, in between two like kind of like fancy buildings, and there's not like a ton of room in this alley, but there's like enough room that you could like maneuver the cart back there.
How many? So is the cart just being pulled by the two goats and one person?
Yeah, I would assume.
Okay.
I would assume like one of you is driving the cart, probably Crow.
Okay. I was wondering like where's the place.
It's probably not going too fast that we can't walk behind it if need be.
Yeah, you're going slow-ish because you are like trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. So you're like going the speed limit.
This is stolen, right? This is hot. Like we don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably don't want to draw attention to yourself.
Yeah. Commodity.
So you come up and you park the cart in like this like alley that seems to be a dead end. And Costa hops off the cart and goes to a side door, and kind of like puts his back up against it and is just like looking around, and he kind of does like a code, a knock in like some sort of rhythm. The door opens a crack and you see him like kind of like lean in and like whisper something, and then the door opens and there's like some, and then it closes. You hear like some locks coming off, and then the door opens and he turns to you all and says, let us go inside. We are
all right. Can the cart fit through, or is it getting left out here?
We'll leave it here for now. It will be taken care of from here on. We have successfully gotten it to where we need to go, which is a very good thing.
Okay. Then I'm going to now take back of the line and wait until everybody else has walked inside.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll walk in first.
Everyone goes inside uneventfully. Nothing terrible happens.
No traps, no daggers.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
This doesn't. Come on, what did you really expect though?
Yeah.
What does the inside look like? Is it like dark, or is it well lit? Or
it's pretty dark. You're in like
has it been Febreze?
The building itself was like a pretty like big like kind of fancy looking building, because all the buildings in Brightstone look fancy compared to what you're used to. But the inside is like kind of dark. You can see there's an electroplasm lantern lighted like on a table, kind of like in what you assume to be the center of the room, that projects light out in like 10-15 feet of light, and you can see that, but you can't see the edges of the room.
Did we leave the woman on the ship?
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
I assume that you did. I don't know. Would you?
She's tied up.
Would you have?
Okay.
maybe Eric's with her.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, you could do that.
He's gonna watch her. Yeah.
Leave it with the other the non-NPC. Yeah.
Costa left him.
Yeah.
Costa left him his gun again.
Is watching the girl.
There we go.
Costa would not leave Gias with the gun again. Absolutely not.
He did it once.
It was enough of a like emotional thing for him to part with
Oh my God.
for that one
That
time,
good.
and that was under incredible duress.
Fair.
Yeah, no one touches his baby.
Okay.
So you go in and you walk towards the like table, and you see a woman there. Like Costa is standing there, and you see a woman with a like pulled back, like she has long hair. It's like pulled back in like a really tight bun so that it's completely out of the way, and she's got a kind of like dark like uniform, like kind of like a it's like a karate gi that's like mixed with like thief, like ninja gear kind of. It's hard to it's like, you know, kind of like it's got lots of like pouches and belts and all sorts of stuff on it, and she's got a long red scarf that kind of like comes up and drifts down the end, and he says and Costa kind of like gives her a like respectful head nod and turns to you guys and says, may I present Liana, retainer to my Lyra Clave, the leader of the Red Sashes.
Okay, now, honestly, is she hot?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Think like she's like a cool, like hot Egyptian lady, but in like
Ooh.
yeah, because she's a Rubian, like
Undertow light.
She's almost like a. I would even go to far to say Gal Gadot almost.
Kind of,
Except
well,
more Egyptian, less Israeli.
probably. But so yeah. But she's like hot in that like don't fuck with me or I'll like slit your throat kind of hot.
That's exactly the type I like.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sam, this is an incredibly sexy game of Blades in the Dark.
No, this is fine. I have a character like this in another game. This is no way.
Is she like super clean and like really like well dressed? And
She's like, yeah, like you can tell, like she's.
Where's she got a start?
She's
Great. Echo likes her too.
Oh no! I'm the opposite. I need something grungy and dirty and
Yeah, as a reminder, we all had like fighting. We're all probably bloody and gross and have seawater on us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
our
No.
Yeah, if she's too clean, I have absolutely no interest in her whatsoever.
she looks like she's yeah, pretty clean and pristine right now. And so Liana kind of like gives you like a nod and says you are the group who have delivered our cargo.
Undertow is going to walk up to her very confidently and grab her hand and say, "Ah, yes, we are.
You get
It's an honor to meet you."
You get like less than like as soon as you step like closer than like 5 paces to her, there is a dagger at your throat.
From her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you don't even see it.
You get a very nervous boner. Like
Yeah.
The most nervous boner.
And she says, I would not think about that if I were you. Not right now. We have business to discuss.
not right now. There's business.
And she flips the dagger back, like she like does a sleight of hand thing, and like you just can't see the dagger anymore. And she says,
You'll have to teach me that trick later.
Since Costa's my friend, do I know her through any other means?
No, I don't think you've met these people yet.
Okay.
You are meeting this person for the first time.
No, but do I know of her?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Well, like you guys would know that the Red Sashes are a gang. You would know that the Red Sashes are also like a higher, like they're like as big as the Lampblacks, and they have been rivals with the Lampblacks for a long time.
Oh, good. I hate those guys.
That's like what you know from like your like what you've like heard on the street about them, but you've never like paid enough attention to like really know more than that.
Okay.
And she says, I trust you had no difficulty in getting here.
Absolutely not. We are pros.
Very good. And the
we couldn't handle.
And she gives you like a knowing nod, and says, and the package is intact and safe.
So we would never deliver anything of a lower quality than what we've delivered today. I will snap it. This baby can hold so much.
So much smuggling.
So much smuggling.
and she says, she says very well, and she does like a hand motion, and you guys like can like sense that there's like some movement on the shadows on the outside, as like. And like you guys see come into the light a couple of like underlings who are in similar outfits, though not as ornate, just kind of like dark clothing with like either like a red sash or a red scarf, either like around them diagonally or like wearing it like a scarf, but there is a red like long piece of fabric somewhere adorned on them. Some of them wear it as a belt, and she says, if you would not mind retrieving the package, and they like give her like a salute nod acknowledgement.
The goats are mine.
And they like kind of like look at you and like give you a nod and like go outside. And
okay.
And she's okay. and she says she turns towards the darkness behind her. She addresses the darkness.
The darkness.
And she says, my lady, they seem safe enough. I do not think that you need worry.
Wait, there's more women here?
And with that, two more figures come out from the shadows and stand next to Liana. One of them is also this is who I imagine is played by Gal Gadot. And she's got like an even fancier that Sam knows who I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, correct.
She's got an even like more ornate uniform, and she wears she has the sash, like kind of like a fancy like scarf, she comes out, and she also has long hair, but it's like in like a tight like side braid that like comes down, and then there's a hooded figure next to her, who's just in a dark cloak with no discernible features that you can see, and Liana turns and says, may I present my Lyra Clave, master of the Red Sasharuvian Sword School and the mistress of the Red Sashes. And my Lyra Clave kind of like gives you all the once over and says, you did well for bringing this to us, and she like kind of like looks you all over, relatively unharmed, and I thank you.
How is Costa reacting to all of this? Like, is he bowing? Is he staying stone faced? Because I imagine that like my character would probably like Crow would probably match whatever level of respect Costa is showing, since he knows them and I don't.
Oh yeah, Costa like he like doesn't do it like a traditional Eruvian anything, because he probably doesn't fucking know, but he like you know, when Liana announces her, kind of gives like a deep bow, and like an acknowledgement of like respect.
Okay, so Crow is gonna mirror that.
Okay, yeah, he'd probably like nudge you in the elbow to like do the same or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And she says, you've done us a great service. This will, if this pans out the way that we believe it to be, we believe it to, then this will go very far in advancing our agendas. It's about this time that the two lackeys come out. Sorry, this is like really cutscene-y, but like there's like a bunch of stuff going on.
That's cool.
The two guys come back with the box that you had found. And
I know nothing about this box.
Okay.
I know something about it.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You were there. Yeah.
So I'm just like trying to not look at it. Just I'm trying to focus more on the outskirts of the room.
She's like nervous, sweating. Like
Yeah.
No,
We didn't do anything wrong. We took it, we looked at it, we saw it was magical, we put it back. We did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
a box I've never seen before.
So-
Look at that.
So
It's
you,
just some magical artifact, no big deal.
We did not do anything wrong, you guys.
So-
We are in the clear.
Definitely not.
yeah. So you guys, so they put the box down, and one of them turns to Liana and says, "My lady, it appeared that the compartment was tampered with, but it seems that no harm or tampering has come to the box itself." And Liana turns and says, "I see you discovered our little secret."
What? No.
What did
Okay,
you guys
yes, we
do?
We didn't touch it. We were just...
we were having issues moving the cart itself due to weight. We were just curious of what was causing the extra strain on the axle. We didn't touch.
She says, yes, it's all no harm, no foul, as long as it is here and it is untampered. And she says, I believe this is where you come in, and turns to the hooded figure, and Sam, if you would not mind describing you have the character you have the character sheet, right?
I do have the character sheet.
Okay. If you would not mind, as the hood comes down, describing your character.
The hood comes down, and there's I guess he would be considered older by terms of like a thief. He's in his mid to late 30s, but a man in his mid to late 30s with black hair, clearly an Eruvian. Just pulls his hood down and smiles and just says, so I see you've returned our object without a problem. I am very appreciative of that.
Yeah, and you have the. By the way, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want to know are there going to be any more surprise people in this room? Because there have been like 8 people that have come out of the shadows. Can we just? Is there any more?
Don't
This
worry.
is like a clown card shadow.
It depends on how you feel about ghosts, but I don't believe them.
You have Moon. You have the key that opens this arcane lock. So this thing is like arcanely locked.
Yeah.
Shut.
So he kind of reaches into his cloak and it falls apart, and you see just kind of what look like the traditional sword fighting schools with the red sash, but you see a reasonable amount of badges and like things that denote that he's probably been at this and is like a higher level, trainer, fighter, and has probably done a lot for the the group. And he
You piqued Echo's interest.
always. And he pulls out just a very, it's almost as if it's covered in electricity, but it's like a bluish kind of a small key, like no bigger than maybe like, I don't know, like a handcuff key almost.
Yeah. Do you unlock it?
Yeah, absolutely. And he unlocks it and looks at it and says, yes, there it is.
So
that's exactly.
To go back into cutscene mode, here we go. So he unlocks this arcane lock, and it kind of like opens up, and he opens it up just enough to see it and says like, yes, and then opens it the rest of the way, and you guys see in a very ornate, like crushed velvet kind of like padding, you see an hourglass.
Crow is going to take 2 steps back.
Huh?
To why that was so heavy.
Yeah.
Crow is going to take 2 steps back.
Okay.
Is the sand made of uranium or something?
No, but it is a very important item, dare I say. Very one of a kind.
Yeah.
Very important
clear.
for what comes next.
And so yeah, so then at this point my Lyra chimes in and says
Oh, my Lanta.
yeah, have fun taking all those notes, kids. My Lyra chimes in and says I'm sure at this point you've heard that the red sashes and the lampblacks are not exactly on the best of terms.
That's okay. We don't like the Lampblacks that much.
I was banking on that when I hired you. And Costa, like the camera like pans over to Costa. He's like, yeah, just like I thought. He's like, I love it when a plan comes together.
It's almost as if I knew.
And she says, we're hoping that between this artifact and Moon's prowess, we can take steps to advance our hold and be able to gain some additional leverage in our fight against the Lampblacks. I forgot. I totally blanked on the gang name for a second. My own fucking narrative.
Speaking of leverage, we may have an extra item that you might find yourself in use of if you're willing to barter for.
And what might that be?
We captured one of.
She is mine.
The
Hey, leverage.
Are you attempting to barter in people?
No, they're not. Because she's mine.
just the information.
Oh my god.
You've captured a lampblack.
No.
Perhaps.
No. She's a gondolier.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And she's worth money, so she's mine. Right, Costa? And then I elbow him in the stomach.
And he says yes, well, this person did have a small bounty on their head, but and he turns to Liana and my Lyra and says, if you would like to pay the equivalent of the bounty, then perhaps that would be amenable, and turns to you, Crow.
This is why I love you.
And she says, do you know if this gondolier has any relevant information to us?
Well, she's passed out. We tried to wake her up. She didn't wake up, so no.
She was part of a team that tried to overtake our boat, and there would have been no other reason to overtake the boat other than for the cargo that we were shipping. So I imagine she has information leading back to who put the hit out.
Yes.
She might.
She
definitely does.
The gondoliers, Liana says, the gondoliers are known allies of the Lampblacks. Perhaps that is why, if you stole from the Lampblacks. And my Lyra says, I would have this woman brought before me. Where is she now?
On the ship.
I will... Sorry, go ahead.
And she was left unattended?
Nope. With our fourth member.
Cut to the basement where the hostage is passed out, and we see 13 down there just kind of talking at her. Just I'm not gonna try to do 13 justice, because I can't play Eric's characters very like I can my friend John's characters. Yeah. But he's just talking at her this and this, and probably going off about some arcane study that he read about once. And
he just needs somebody to talk to right now.
Judging her clothing.
Yeah, totally. Cuts back, and she says, I would have this woman brought before me if she could prove useful, if for no other reason, for a test. And she turns and smiles mischievously at you, Moon.
Yes, let's test her, and I'll leave that to one of the others, though.
And my Lyra turns to Crow and says, I will include the bounty in your reward.
Wow.
And so she says, speaking of, allow me to she like snaps her fingers, and you see her some more moving in the darkness, and says, would
Fucking the parts up in here.
would one of you like to go acquire this asset, or shall I send some of my men to do so?
I'll go.
Costa says, I will go as well.
Yeah.
Probably not the best idea to send your men, as our other ally may mistake them for enemies. And
True.
And Liana like nods and says, very well. And so you and Costa are gonna go retrieve the lady.
Yeah, because it's my lady.
Yeah. So you guys walk out, and she brings out she, like, at the same time as they come out, some men bring over some briefcases, and she says, 4 coin for the completion of the task, and an additional 1 coin for the bounty of your friends who just left. Agreeable?
So, how does money work again?
So we talked about this briefly, but there's no like small currency in this system. There are just coins, which, like, a coin is like a slang term that denominates like a briefcase full of money, like, quote unquote.
Sweet.
So like so things are paid for in like coins. Like if you want to like like pay to win a roll or something like that, it's like 1 coin to like do that. You can like pay a coin to like take an additional downtime action, like that sort of thing. And so she's offering you 4 coin, 1 for each of you, and then the 1 extra for the bounty from Simone's roll from last time.
So am I putting 2 coin on my sheet?
Well, I mean, how you want to divide it up is amongst you guys.
Because you said one for each of us.
Yep.
And then that bounty's mine.
Correct. Technically.
Sure.
But the coin itself is a collective, so like
you can divide it up as you would like, or the crew sheet has a spot there if you want to have like a communal like fund for the crew that you can all do.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to put the 4 in communal? What do you want to do?
Well, yeah, let's put the 4 in communal, and then you can take the 1 for the bounty.
You can always move it around or decide what to do with it later.
Yeah.
You
can always figure it out after.
It's like the 4 coin was a amount that I decided on because it would make it easy to divide, because it's 1 for each of you. And then
there's already 2 in there. Did somebody put 2 in there?
You guys started with 2.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes into vaults. Is that correct?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Well, for now, yeah, we'll deal with the rest of it later, because we've got to finish all this stuff.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to Costa about anything while you go grab the person or not, or do we just?
I'm gonna get as much information on these people as possible, because I don't know who this guy in the hood is. I don't know any background on the other woman. Like, I was just put in a room with people that might be stronger than me, and I'm a long range person. So like, Costa, tell me shit. Like,
and he says, "What would you like to know?"
I need to know who those 3 people are, where they came from, and why they're employing us. Like,
well, my Lyra Clave is famous. The lead, she's famous for being the head of the Aruvian Sword School. She's the leader of the Red Sashes. She's one of them.
How did she get there?
How do you not know these things?
You're not there right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No.
How did she get to be the head of the Red Sashes? Is what you're asking?
Yes.
Yes. She is one of the most formidable fighters in the city.
Okay. Who is the hooded person?
I do not know. It seems to be a whisper that they. If I had to guess, it would be another whisper similar to your friend, and seem to know what to be doing with this artifact, and therefore maybe there to use it to like confirm that it was what they wanted it to be.
Okay. And what is there a goal behind the red sashes? As a group, as a gang?
It's my understanding is that the red sashes are have it out for the Lampblacks and would like to see them destroyed and take their territory.
Yeah.
That's it. They're just out for territory at the end of the day.
I mean, I am. He like gestures. He says, "I have no red sash. I cannot tell you the inner workings of their plan, but that is merely the rumors that I have heard on the street."
Okay, and they're swordsmen. They're close range people.
They are all sorts. They.
Okay.
I have seen a red sash fight, only a few times, but I assure you, it is a sight to behold.
Okay. All right. That's all the information I want.
Okay. So you get the person. 13 comes back with you, but is oddly silent. And we cut back to the room with the like woman who the hostage who's like tied up and like kind of like groggily, whatever. And she and my Lyra says, so this is the gondolier who was part of the team that assaulted you?
Yes. She currently has a bullet wound to her shoulder.
Very well. I imagine that must be rather painful.
It's also why she's partially knocked out right now.
Yeah. And she kind of like bends down to like the slumped over
Lady.
Gondolier, the lady, and kind of like gently caresses the side of her cheek and says, poor thing, you must be in so much pain. Then I'm sorry that you've had to go through all of this, and I can only offer you a swift crossing to the other side, and cuts her throat. Just like you don't even see it. Like, you don't even see her like hand, like you don't see her hand move. She just like all of a sudden there's a dagger in her hand and blood running down the side of this, or the front of this person's.
Is it weird that I'm into it?
And,
A little bit.
Hair.
Do not put your penis in the throat.
Oh, no,
Yikes.
no.
Well,
No, not into that. I'm into...
that went in an unexpected direction.
Wow.
She then my Lyra then like stands up and is wiping the blood off of her dagger and turns to you, Moon, and says, shall we check to make sure that it all is working properly?
Seems like a very logical idea. Follow me.
Yeah. Would you like to roll an attune on this object for me?
I would love to throw the crap out of some attune.
All right, we'll do that, and then we're gonna go into cutscene mode again. 'Cause it's all...
control standard.
Yeah, this
Doesn't
is
matter.
it's just like it's a flavor roll, honestly.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
We got the 6.
All right. So we see Moon go over to the hourglass. It's like palm sized, and he picks it up, and we see his face start to go, and we see like you guys see kind of like a similar thing that you've seen when 13 like does his like spooky ghost shit, which you've all seen like once or twice.
A little bit glazing over and kind of.
Yeah, and like we get like the flash to like the camera, like the audience gets like the inverted flash to like the colors of the ghost field, and then it flashes back, and Moon turns the sands of the hourglass over, or turns the hourglass over so all the sands are on the top, and immediately all of the sand from the top just like goes all the way to the bottom, like straight through the hourglass, like not like trickling or anything, just all of it goes through, and we see the sand slowly start to trickle upwards in the hourglass, like a couple of beats at a time.
That's weird.
And we get, so this is here's a cutscene. Like, you guys as players, I'm describing this for you, and Moon, you see this, but your characters don't see this. We cut to like kind of like a dream sequence, like it's like in like that like dream sepia tone kind of like filter in like the camera, and we get like a first person view of someone kind of like head slumped over, eyes like barely open, like everything's kind of blurry, and they're just kind of like we get like a first person view of them like kind of like being like led, like they're like stumbling, you know, all of that, and like we look around and we can see that there's some people on on each side, and we can hear some like muffled voices, but we can't make out like who the voices are, what they look like, anything like that. We see them pass into a hall, an alleyway, and a door open up, and they are kind of like at this point being like dragged. They like are like having trouble keeping themselves up, and we like see them get brought before a table and like slump over, and when they slump over, their head turns a little bit, and we can see like a huge gaping like wound in their shoulder, and we see them kind of like their head kind of like lurches and like looks around, and we hear from like through like a lot of like reverb and echo pass filters and stuff. So this is the gondolier who assaulted you in your ships, and like we hear like the conversation that just played out. We hear all of it play out exactly verbatim, and then we see a beautiful Aruvian woman kind of like crouched down below. This is all again like in first person, so like it's like we're like looking at my Lyra like right in the face, and she like caresses the cheek of this person and says, "Oh, poor thing, you must be in so much pain. All I can grant you is a swift passage to the other side." And then we get like the first person view, so we can like see it now, of like the flipping out the dagger and the quick cutting of the throat, and then like we get like kind of like a jerk back, and we see like the blood kind of like running down, and like we like hear some gurgling, and then like we are like forced back, and like the camera like does like an abrupt shift from the point of view of this person who like just got their throat cut to whatever Moon, whatever you're looking at,
which would be mostly just like it's primarily eyes on the hourglass, but also just kind of watching to make sure that everything worked, and it backed up progressively, and then as it finishes, it's just him with his head up.
And we see like as you're like looking at the hourglass, as you're coming out of it, we see the last bead of sand trickle from the bottom part of the hourglass up to the top.
Everything seems to be in order.
We didn't see any of that.
You didn't.
You weren't
like
supposed to.
You as players saw that. Like I wanted to describe that to you guys as players, so that you like so that we as a collective storytelling like group have an idea of what's going on. But yeah, your characters like only saw like Geos's eyes go like kind of like slack for a minute, and then like and he like quickly comes back up. So a couple of things about using that Geos, or not Geos, Moon, just so you have an idea. Everything that the person feels, you feel, and it like is incredibly tiring. To use. You got a 6, so you're not like knocked out or anything like that. But
I feel it. Yeah. It works fine.
And my Lyra kind of like nods and says, very good. And she turns to the you guys and says, already my investment in this bounty has paid off.
Yes, it has.
So
we're glad.
This artifact, this hourglass, is a powerful relic that allows anyone who can attune to its powers, that anyone near a corpse can relive the minutes leading up to that corpse's death.
That seems useful.
Oh yes, incredibly. We all have our ways of communing with the dead. There's, talking to spirits and the like, but she like kind of like looks to you, Moon, because like you've worked with her before. She looks to you and she says, we've found that there have been occasions where communing with spirits can be less fruitful than actually getting to see exactly what happens.
Sometimes it's much easier to speak with them when they are near their worst moment.
And so she says, I have another job for you if you would like to extend our contract.
Let's extend.
Can you describe the job?
Will you accept the job?
Yes.
And she turns to you and she says, I like this one. Surely you've heard of the crows.
Yeah, I
have.
Funny you should say that.
Yeah. So this is a funny thing.
So the crow sitting on my shoulder is just like.
Just like.
This is the funny thing. So there's a gang called the Crows that have no relation to you, Crow.
I just imagine like meeting them. I imagine meeting them in an alley and being like, "Hey,
yeah,
you me."
Yeah, you've had to like have some like IP disputes with them before.
Yeah.
And she says,
"Ooh, side note, and this is a character note. Is there any way that the crow that I have could be one of those crows that takes dead people away?"
Absolutely. I'm so about that. We'll get into the mostly for flavor, just because I think that's badass that like you have a like rogue Deathseeker crow as your pet. I think that's fucking dope, and we'll get into like some backstory stuff and like potentially maybe we can like talk some mechanical implications.
Yeah, because I have backstory stuff that I gotta flesh out, but I just figured I'd ask. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, we're aware of who the crows are.
Yeah. And she says, and you guys would know at the drop of that name. I'm just gonna give you guys the background information that you know. The Crowsfoot, this district right here, the crows are the biggest kind of like organization, like gang in Crowsfoot. That's why it's called Crowsfoot. So yeah, go for it. Sam knows a lot of this stuff from the first campaign anyway. Crowsfoot is where like the crows have the largest sort of like stake in the area. It's also where the red sashes are, and it's also where the lampblacks are. They just have like smaller stakes of the land. So that's what you know of when she says, I'm sure you've heard of the crows. That's kind of like what you guys as like people in the city would know when she says that. The crows have recently undergone a change in leadership. Their leader Rorik seems to have unfortunately passed away, and his sister Lysa has taken over leadership in his stead. And through a lot of sources and information, our information has pointed towards there being some sort of foul play.
By the sister?
We know not. But it is not out of the realm of possibility, we'll say. Both us and the Lampblacks have suspected this for some time, and in an attempt to gain some information to leverage over the crows. We have been pursuing this artifact, and we hope to use the artifact to determine exactly how Rorik had deceased.
How are you going to get access to his body, though?
She says, that's the thing, and that is why I'm hiring you. We know where he is. We have information that has pointed to where the body is being held. There's not much.
I thought the dead. This is also a side note, but I thought the dead get taken by the Death Seekers.
That is what you've heard.
Maybe they get taken somewhere.
Okay.
That is only when they are found.
This is also like a high profile dude, so like there might have been like other ways. There could be like other ways to subvert that or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm just sending you to the Bellwether crematorium. You don't know. You interrupted me before I could finish my pitch.
Sorry.
And
I'm curious about my background knowledge.
I know. I understand. Trust me. Like, I appreciate it, because having players who care about context is a blessing that warms my cold GM heart.
The cockles of the heart. Yeah.
Exactly. The crusty, dark innards of my soul.
The aorta.
Yep. It just fills my lungs with such water.
All the water at once.
That sounds like a problem.
It's like a
the
rushing
best
wave
problem.
of
Big
enjoyableness.
problem there.
It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Anyways, so God damn it. I keep looking over and seeing someone laughing. It's making me laugh now.
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
How dare.
Right? So she says, that is the job. That is why I'm hiring you. I'm hiring you to work with Moon here and make your way and use this artifact. Get Moon close enough that he can use this artifact on Rorik's remains, and we can determine the true cause of death, and perhaps use that information in leveraging against the crows to gain some traction in our conflict with the Lampblacks.
Okay.
So an overcomplicated grave robbery. I'm down.
Oh, no robbery is necessary. You simply need to work with
An
our...
overcomplicated grave.
Consider this more of a information extraction.
Yes.
So robbing information. Yep.
You group.
This is how I'm justifying it.
The group.
A posthumous interrogation.
The group of you need not do anything to the actual body itself. That we will leave in the very capable hands of our colleague Moon here. We simply need you to assist him in getting close enough.
Okay.
This is a matter that is of utmost importance to us, obviously, and also a bit of haste is required as we are in a race to get to the remains before the Lampblacks do.
What is the pay?
How I will pay you the same amount that I have paid you to get this artifact to us.
I have a feeling this job is a bit more risky than moving a cart.
That sounds like something you need to try to.
Yeah, you wanna
people,
you wanna make a roll here to see if you can
convince some people.
What would you like? What skill would you like to use to convince?
Hunt?
How would you hunt?
I don't think that's.
Hunt.
Please justify this.
Let's see. Hunt a target, gather information about its locations and movements, attack with precision shooting from a distance. I am precisely shooting my convincing words at her.
While I appreciate your gusto, I feel like hunt is not quite applicable to this
That's
situation.
gonna be a no for me, dog.
Whatever somebody does, I want to help back him up with a little bit of intimidation.
Okay. Yeah, you can pay one stress to assist.
Okay.
I mean, I can try. I'm pretty good at swaying people, but
Yeah, you're the better talker. It's just this is my
so
intention. So could I just like lock eyes with you and give like a knowing nod to be like, could you words at her? Like,
can you words better than me?
Yeah.
Can you words this?
We're just trying to get her to give us more money.
This job sounds more risky than the last job we just did.
Can you compensate that riskiness?
Yes.
Yeah, I can jump in and try to be all. So here's my concern, though.
Mm-hmm.
Undertow is very, very stressed.
You don't.
So is there?
You don't have to.
if
take
I-
You're not paying stress.
You don't have to.
I'm not paying any stress, right? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I
good.
just
You're
threw
making
in.
a throw.
Then I will step in. I will look at everyone. I'll be kind of like spacing out a little bit, and then I'll see you guys like and look at me and snap back and be like, "Oh yes, so of course we'll be well compensated for this."
I threw in an extra stress to help you out.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you get a bonus die.
All right, this is gonna be a sway,
Yes.
right? Okay.
That is much more applicable than hunt.
Yes.
And this is
So, just it's a flavor roll. Like we're not there's not really any
Yeah, there's
stakes.
really
Like,
not.
you either like win,
Succeed
you
or
either like succeed on the roll and like she throws in an extra coin or two depending on how well you roll, or you don't and she says like, this is the deal, take it or leave it.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, so you say that and she says I
didn't see it.
you
Sorry, go ahead.
got a 3 and a 1.
3 and a 1.
So not great. And so yeah, so she says she looks to you and like doesn't seem like
Oh wait.
Huh?
You bonus die because you stress.
Yeah. Oh, just roll an extra d6 then. Just like type in the chat like /roll
Yeah,
space
roll
1d6.
Roll.
/ roll space 1d6. Yeah.
All right.
Get the extra bonus. Yikes. All right.
What
Wow.
the hell?
Yikes.
I should have hunted this deal down. Like,
Come on.
You're not like
I
hunting
mean, I
down.
guess you could have shot her in the head, and
You're
that
not,
would have
like,
been convincing.
This isn't like you're like bargain hunting in Joanne Fabrics or something like that. That's not quite how this works.
Not quite the same thing.
It's not pawn shops, pawn wars.
Pawn stars. She says to you, I assure you that our compensation is plenty. How dangerous this job ends up being, fuck you and your hunt rolls.
see, I would have been fine.
How
You would have killed her.
how I assure you would not have killed this woman. She would have killed you.
No, I was precisely shooting a bargain at her.
Pew pew. Here's my bargain.
This gun can hold so many bargains in it.
Pew pew. Sorry. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
She says, I assure you that the amount that we intend to pay you will be sufficient for the expected danger of this job. Any more danger than that will be on the part of you guys and not us. If this is not a job that the group of you would like to accept, then I'm
No,
sure that I can find more willing
worries.
candidates.
No worries there, milady. We are golden.
We just wanted assurance that this was a capable job and not something that we're just being thrown into.
You can trust us. We are literally amazing.
If you were able to obtain this item, I trust you would be able to keep me safe to get there and use it.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind.
Fine.
Is everyone
Back to grave robbing. We're in.
is everyone hype about your brand new escort quest?
Shit.
Your 2019 escort quest.
Hurry up!
Yeah. So all of Sam's RP is
All
I
right.
walk slowly in the direction that I need to go.
So, are you
This
gonna
I
be
have
the
told.
kind of companion? Are you gonna be like Resident Evil 4 Ashley companion, or are you gonna be like God of War, his son companion who can actually shoot?
I have many skills that may be applicable based on the needs, but I trust that you all will take proper care of me and make sure that I get in there safely.
What weapons do you have on you?
He immediately unsheaths his sword and just points it right
sword.
out at you.
A sword.
Look at
Sword.
my sword. Look at my
That's
sweet
the-
sword.
That's
Sorry,
the
I have the flails.
That's my sword than the
I tried to
straw.
sniffle.
no,
I'm
like
sorry.
you guys are being really racially insensitive. Sword is the Aruvian word for sword.
I just replied to him in his accent. I'm not being racist at all. Like, no, I just want to know that he's armed because I'm like, A, now I know exactly how he's armed, and B, he's not completely useless, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if there's a fucking bounty on this guy's head, so if he dies, he fucking dies.
I see the glint of the steel or whatever metal it is,
Oh,
and
I'm
I'm
back.
giving him a nice approving nod. I'm like, okay, I trust this.
This guy knows what's up. All right. So yeah. So that's kind of like it for that scene. Unless you have any additional things you would like to ask Mylera or Liana.
Where are my goats?
Your goats are there.
Okay.
They leave the cart. Like they don't give a shit about the cart. They just want to visit it.
What are the odds that any of these ladies are down to party? This is what I do. You collect bounties, I sleep with people. This
I
is
know.
how it works.
That's the noise my character makes when you sleep with people.
I know.
Is that do you ask?
Yeah, sure. Got nothing else to do.
Do you just look around the room and be like, hey?
Who wants to party?
Hey.
Do you
want some sexy times?
Yeah.
Hey, nothing. I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but that's what's gonna happen.
So you ask? Do you ask them that?
Yeah, I'd be like, does anyone want to get a drink? My treat. I just made some nice coin.
If you address like the room at large, they will ignore you. If you like ask them directly, they will politely decline.
Damn it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just throw it out there as a, hey, in the future maybe.
There are
Yeah.
you know I am more than willing to leave a lot of whether or not NPCs are down are like DTF up to dice rolls. There are certain NPCs that I reserve the right for various reasons to just straight up say like no, they wouldn't be down.
Even the Gal Gadot looking lady, that hurts. That hurts
Yeah,
me.
that is
She would not
that is
do
the
that.
least.
That is the
She's
last
like
person who
a
would
she's
say
like
yes.
she's like the equivalent of like Aruvian like nobility. She's just
I
like
know.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
Well, I tried.
there are certain people that if you would like to sleep, certain people in this campaign that if you would like to sleep with them would require a long-term project. And now I'm going to turn your downtime into a dating sim.
Sweet. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. That would be so much fun. I love dating sims.
Allow me to rephrase. If you would like to turn your downtime into a dating sim, that is totally a thing that you can do.
do now.
Oh my
We've had
God.
some weird
But not with
projects.
the main woman. That's too intimidating. Who was the woman that welcomed us again?
Liana. It's her
The
like,
tight
Liana,
bun.
yeah.
it's her like chief retainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it would take a lot of like you would have to like get yourself in a position to even like begin to start making those
To
rolls
start
towards
the
that.
Okay.
So like like do a couple of jobs and like get some rep with the red sashes and like
We'll see how it goes.
then we can
All right, I'm down.
we can see. But
She might pay attention.
for now
And some I may
they
notice,
they will politely decline. And then if you push the matter, they will much more forcibly decline.
I'm not. I listen. I know when to.
undertow.
Yes, I understand how consent works. I am not going to push it.
You know how consent works here.
Let me have my murder lesbians, damn it.
My demon hipster. Just...
Every good campaign needs a murder lesbian or two.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to, since we still have the cart, I imagine we're going back to the ship, because we would either have to like go all throughout Brightstone to get to Crow's Foot, or go by boat. So we're probably going to go by boat. So I'm going to go back out to the cart and then gesture for Moon to get in the cart, because I imagine a covered cart is better than walking. Yes.
Yeah. In theory.
Are we allowed to take the cart? Are they don't
It's
want
our
the cart,
cart.
they just
They
wanted the box, right?
Yeah, they didn't. They have like, if you go to like go hitch up the cart and like get ready to go, like they don't say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Like, we just wanted our box and our cool murder hourglass.
Yeah, the unmurder glass.
Yeah.
Mm. All right, Moon, do you get in the cart? Moon.
Moon is you, Sam.
Damn it, Moon Moon.
Oh, he might have...
I'm Moon.
Yeah, professional Overwatch player Moon.
Do you get in the cart, Moon?
I think he's frozen. I'm just
Oh,
gonna...
Fucking Moon.
Fucking Moon.
And I'm back now.
You're
What was
back.
the question?
All right. Do you get in the cart?
Yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
are you offended if we call you Moon?
I would prefer not. If you must call me something that is not my known name, you may call me V.
Oh, Moon isn't a fake name?
We all have fake names, guys.
Dude. I don't even think these guys know what my real name
That's how
is.
this life works.
None of us do.
Well, if Moon jumps into the cart, I sit next to him and start chatting him up about his like fighting style.
He just goes vaguely into the Eruvian sword arts. That he maybe casually offers you like here's if you want to come. They're practicing at these times. It's a traditional style. Da 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 da. I may have a sparring partner with you if you'd like, but we will see.
I'd love that, because I'm from the outskirts and I'm used to more like blunt and very rugged type fighting. I'd like to learn.
Are you also Eruvian by chance or no?
Tigerosi.
Okay. He's not welcoming you. It's more of a, because he's used to welcoming Eruvians in for this, but it's pretty much like, yes, you are willing. As long as you are willing to commit, you are more than welcome to train with us.
I'm always up for a new challenge.
Are you getting
in the cart?
What?
Are you getting in the cart?
Sure, I'll get in the cart.
Because as soon as everybody's in the cart, we're gonna like Spruce and Ivy go.
Yeah.
Just imagine them going really slow, but their legs moving really, really fast.
Yeah.
They're growing like an inch.
Yeah.
The Spruce and Ivy theme plays the score.
Oh, I bet it's the cutest theme ever.
It's pretty good.
Everything is like dark and foreboding, and then it's just like
Dolly and Dot are my two best friends.
Dolly and Dot are my best friends. Yeah, the only two WoW players. High five.
Sorry.
It's all good. So here's what I'm thinking. Because that all took longer than I had anticipated it taking, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just bad at plotting out time for things. We've got like a little over a half hour left, and I assume you guys want to do downtime before we pop into the session.
Yes.
I would enjoy.
So we can do one of two things. We can do downtime and like do like the whole downtime vignettes, all of that stuff. Or we can like just do like a bridge downtime, start the score, and probably not finish it.
Probably just an abridged downtime will take the rest of our time.
Potentially. Sam, are you around next week by any chance?
I can try to make myself available. No promises, but
okay. Yeah, if not, then either way. Okay.
If not, you can NPC. When you have your fourth man back, you can just NPC him.
Yeah, or if you wanted to join, we can just play with 5 next week. Up to you.
Yeah.
All right. So let's. Yeah. So I want to give these chuckleheads the ability to do downtime, because
No, they deserve the downtime.
I forgot how on the brink of like trauma all of
Yes.
them are.
If that's the case.
I am in desperate need of something.
Yeah. So if you wanna join in on the downtime goodness, feel free, or like
I have nothing
hang out and like be a part of like scenes and stuff like that, all that stuff. Whatever you want to do. You could
I
like
will hang out just in case they decide they need me around, but I'm actually going to take a minute then, if that's the case.
okay, yeah,
But,
go
it's their downtime.
yeah, go ahead,
I will be right back.
and we'll
Okay.
do some downtime. All right. So
Undertow, how about you go first?
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
So Undertow is basically barely keeping it together.
yeah.
So what is stress? So question.
Yeah.
I mean, stress is just being actually stressed out, right? Like, or is it like it can be anything? It can like appear in any way, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I think Undertow is kind of shaken up by mishandling a ship, which he was not. It kind of like knocked his confidence,
Sure.
and he what's it called? I guess he struck out with the lovely ladies of the Red Sash. So he's definitely going to go reduce stress. And I may go visit my friend Nyrix, who I envision is, well, she's listed as a prostitute. I prefer the term sex worker, but that's fine. And I envision her as a kind of like a mistress.
Yeah, she like
who-
owns the like a brothel.
Yeah.
And you can go and like because that lets you like she's totally like yes what would you like what would like she like gives you a menu.
So grody. I hate that. I don't want to be a skeevy dude, but he has to be.
I mean, it could be something else if there's like a fiction that you
No,
have
it's
like,
okay. It's just like ugh.
Maybe they've talked in advance of like things that they're both okay with, and you just kind of know.
Yeah, I think if it would be
Or like a Firefly companion.
She might be someone. She might be someone. She's a friend. She's someone I trust, and friends with benefits. I think I like that better than like her like just getting me some.
That makes sense.
Some woman.
Boon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that. That's
Echo.
such an underused word.
I haven't heard that term used in a hot minute. All right.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'd prefer it, if I think about it, I'd probably prefer just to have her be like someone I trust, even though she is a sex worker.
Sure. Okay. That seems fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like,
but I do think I would envision she is a mistress as well.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, she's probably like you probably like go into this like whatever her like brothel is, and like she like sees you, and like you guys like make eye contact, and she kind of like gives you like a knowing like nod and a wink, and like we see her like kind of like talk to someone else and like tells them to like take over and manage the front for an hour or so, and like meets you in the back or whatever. So
I had a rough day.
Oh, tell me all about it, dear.
I mean, I'm a good sailor, right? I mean,
you're the best sailor, my dear. Of course.
Don't do that. Don't talk to me like you talk to all the other guys. Be honest. I'm not at my peak anymore.
Don't just agree with me.
Yeah, exactly.
She says, well, in that case, I mean, I've never really seen you sail, so I honestly have no idea one way or the other. Maybe you do suck.
Thank you. I probably do.
Yeah.
But I should take you on the ship sometime.
I would
Surprised I haven't yet.
I would not be
Take
opposed
you
to
on the ship.
What?
this.
Feel the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, I like that. I actually think I would take her out to the ship and
No,
like,
we are having guests.
oh, it's fine.
I'm sure there's a soundproof compartment. It's fine.
It's fine. No, and I would be like, yeah, I would just like show her around and be like, yeah, this is my. I gotta name it. We have to name the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
you gotta
need a
name
for a party.
you gotta name your damn crew too, so I have a title
We'll
for the
have that
show.
done by next week.
Next time. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm giving you all the homework of have a name for this show by next week, so I can
Okay.
I can market it properly.
So yeah. So I figure I would just
Mm-hmm.
it would just be it would be kind of like a
Sure.
expected thing. I don't have to go into gross detail or
I
anything.
was gonna say I don't know if I'm comfortable RPing
No.
much farther than we've gone.
Oh my god.
So I
Not on
click
the
indulge
internet, at
vice.
least. Yeah, indulge your vice.
Okay, and I don't get any bonus dice, right?
Sexy guitar music. The curtains ruffle. You don't see anything.
Nothing. Yeah.
You see like a shin. Like,
Very
So-
PG around here.
What is?
You relieve 5 stress.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that was a good roll.
God, you had 8 stress.
I had. Yeah, I had.
You're
a
a
shitload
casual
of stress.
casual one away from a trauma.
Yeah, it was bad times.
Mhm.
So hold on. 1, 2. Oh crap! Hold on.
You'll have 3 left.
I'll have 3. Okay.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do for your second downtime action, or would you like me to come back to you?
You can come back to me.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I guess I will.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
What would you like to do?
I know that I am very stressed out.
Right.
And I want to punch something pretty hard and practice punching it as hard as I can.
All right. Go for it. You go down to your fighting pits or whatever it is.
Yeah, I find somewhere nearby, talk to some people and
Yeah, well, you can
see
go.
if I can.
You can go. We're in downtime
Oh, we're back
vignette
in the-
time, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll go down to my destructive pit
Yeah,
and
your
spend
rage
some time.
room.
the rage room. Yeah, I like that. All right, where's the thingy? I forgot how to do this.
There's an indulge vice button somewhere.
There it is.
I haven't looked at a character sheet in a hot minute, but yeah, it is somewhere.
And-
There you go. So you relieve 3 stress.
Okay. And then can I use my second action to continue doing that?
Yeah, totally.
Or
Yeah, totally. Remember, if you roll higher than stress you have, you overindulge, and there's a complication.
Okay.
So, just
I'll go ahead and do it one more time.
friendly reminder. 4. Okay.
Perfect.
So so that was
I had like
exactly
a second
yeah.
wind, and I needed to fight some more stuff.
Yeah, and now you have 0 stress. Oh no, Sam.
Sweet.
He said it done broke. He's fixing.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll just let me just pop there. Now it's just like our faces in Discord. That works for now. Cool. So that was your 2 downtime actions. Crow, what would you like to?
What were the downtime options again?
You can indulge in your vice. You can. Oh, hold on. Let me just. You can indulge in your vice. You can train, which will allow you to mark one experience of your choosing in an area. You can spend time reducing heat on the party. You can recover wounds if you need to recover wounds. You can start or work on a long-term project, which can be pretty much anything. It's like up to you and I. Like we have a discussion. You go like, I want to do like this as a long-term project, and then I go, okay, that'll be like, and we start a clock of however many segments, and then you describe, make like what you do to work on that clock, and I like we make a roll, and depending on the roll, we fill in X amount of segments on that clock, and that's like one
Okay.
action. Or you can acquire an asset. So if there's like a thing that you think would be useful for like the coming score or something like that, you can like make a roll to acquire that.
Okay.
Like how you did with the goats.
Yeah. Fuck. I only have 3 stress, so I'm so worried that I'm gonna overindulge again,
Right.
and I'm gonna get kicked out of another party. Like,
Yeah, what happens with a complication? You just complicate.
it's a few different things.
There's a couple of different things that can happen.
I
I will say, I will let you know because I haven't updated it yet. But you guys did get some heat from that last mission.
Yeah.
Because
Stupid ghost alarm.
No, it's not the ghost alarm. It's the it was the
gondoliers that got away.
It's a combination of the gondoliers that got away, and also because the Death Seeker bells went off.
Oh yeah.
Which, like, also attracts like additional heat and stuff. So you guys are currently at 5 heat.
Okay.
Out of 9. And when you fill up your heat, I'll just let you guys know, like, when you fill up your heat, you become wanted. And then like the blue coats are like actively after you. Like, you're like, think of it like GTA stars, right? Like,
How many heat does it take to be wanted?
9 total.
So
But
what are we
like,
at right now?
but you're at 5. But like,
Okay.
even if you are not like actively wanted, like higher heat means like, so like, to give you an example, like, if you are like doing some sort of crime and there's a lot of heat on you guys, like, let's say like right now you have 5 heat. If you go into the next score with 5 heat, my like clock for like the blue coats start showing up and intervening, like the cops show up, is going to be shorter than it would be if you had less heat. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like my default like kind of like clock in the back of my head for like the blue coats show up to any given crime that ends up happening is like 6 segments, and like, it's like but like right now if you went in with like 5, I would probably make that like blue coats show up as like a 4-segment clock, because there's like heat on the crew.
All right, then I'm going to train, and then I'm going to reduce heat. Those are going to be the 2 things I do.
Okay.
So what should I train in to like to make as little noise as possible, to be like extremely like unseeable, like sneaky? Would that just be prowl, or would that be finesse?
Well, so you get to train to mark an experience.
Yeah.
Right? In one of the tracks. So like how you like to, like, how you get to sneak around is and like we've kind of like talked about this a bit, in that it is mostly however it's like however you guys want to like overcome the challenges that I put in front of you. If you want to like prowl is kind of like the default, like, I want to go somewhere and not be seen, like prowl is generally the one to do.
Okay.
But like there can be arguments made there for like survey, study, like all sorts of different things. But like, yeah, like kind of the de facto, like the default, like the, like, if this game had a stealth check like D&D's stealth check, it would probably be prowl.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So then that's, yeah. So I want to train for my prowess, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So you can spend some time like, and this can look like you like sneaking around rooftops or something like that.
Yeah. It's basically going to be like a very strange like parkour, where I'm going to send my crow out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get from point A to point B, and my crow is going to come and find me, and I have to try to like be as sneaky as possible to get away from him.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do, because obviously his are going to be higher than mine, so I'm going to like go from point A to point B, and that's how I want to train.
That's very cool. Crow's very cool.
And like at some point he will find you, but it's like tricking him into to see how, if you can add time before he finds you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very neat. Yeah, so you can mark a. You don't have to roll or anything. I mean,
Okay.
if you wanna see how you're doing for flavor, you can roll prowl to see how well you do.
All right, so I'm gonna roll prowl, and it's risky or controlled.
It's like straight. It doesn't matter. It's like this is just for fun. Like
Okay.
we're just
And
having
then
some fun. We're
submit.
seeing how well you do. Okay, so you do pretty well.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, so I get almost all the way there, and then like at the very end, like
yeah.
I lose a foothold or something, and he comes after me.
Catches
All
you
right,
down. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
so I'll do. So I mark one in prowess.
You mark a prowess experience.
All right, and then I want to reduce heat on us.
Mhm. So the way that you do that is you pick a skill that you want to use, and you roll that skill, and depending on your result, that depends on how much heat is taken off.
All right, I'm gonna do survey then.
Okay.
Gathering information about opportunities or exploits. So survey a location or situation to understand what's going on. So I'm going to, because we're in a new town, I'm going to use survey to, I think, kind of like what Undertow did before. Didn't you like take down posters about us or something?
Yeah, I mean it can look like any of that. Like you can like go into like
Yeah.
you could like it could be like that. It could be you like going into like a tavern and like kind of being like, you know, listening to the locals like, oh yeah, I heard that like the gondoliers attacked a boat, and like you just kind of being like, yeah, like that I didn't hear it. I don't think that happened. I think that was just a rumor. That's like that sort of thing.
Crow wouldn't do that. Crow would wait and be like, yeah, I heard the gondolier. Like that's what would happen.
Yeah.
Crow would just stop the rumors.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna like shoot a dude who's like talking shit about you guys, like that, you know.
All right.
If you fuck it up, you would generate additional heat, probably. But
So I got 4.
okay, so you clear. Let me just double check to make sure that I'm being fair. You cleared 2 heat.
Okay.
Yay!
Good.
1 dead guy. 2
Good
heat.
job. Also, just so you all know, in the crew sheet, which you guys all have access to, is where I'm keeping track of all of these things. So if you look at the like the little heat thing, you had 5. I marked it down to 3 for you.
I see.
Yeah. We'll go into like the crew sheet once we decide what kind of crew you are for sure. I'll like teach you all how to navigate all of that stuff.
Right. I am done.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna drink some coffee and go back to the ship.
Right. Undertale, you have one more, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to lower my stress more because I also have 3 now, and I don't want to overindulge. I will train.
Okay.
I would like to train my resolve.
Okay.
I don't know how I would do that.
Well, like what like skill are you thinking to like get a dot in?
Oh. Probably consort at this point.
Okay. So that can just be like training consort can look like you like going around and like kind of like making friends and networking.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
I like friends.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits.
Do I have to describe it?
Or should I? Well, you get the point no matter what. Like you don't have to roll or anything. So you get an experience point in resolve.
Sweet.
So you get to add that. And then yeah, like if you wanted to do like a little vignette or like whatever, you're welcome to do so.
So I'm feeling a lot better.
Right.
And I think, let me see. I think I would go out. I would well, I don't want to spend my money, but I would like to buy people. I would like to go because I'm feeling better and because I I like to make friends. I'd like to go buy some strangers some drinks and start chatting with them and seeing if I can make some friends
Yeah, totally.
at the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's totally a thing that you can do for sure.
I don't have to spend my coin for that, do I?
No, I mean
Okay.
if you wanted to, then like because so you can spend your coin. So spending coin is a thing that we haven't really gone over a ton in this game. So you guys can spend your coin to do a couple of things. One, if you want to take another downtime action, you can spend one coin to get an additional downtime action if you would like.
Oh
The other thing that you can do is any sort of acquire asset. I like reduce heat too. This is another. This might have like if you want to retroactively apply this, I'll let you. You can increase the tier of your success to like the next level. So like let's say let's use like your reduce heat roll that you made, Simone, as an example. Like
Okay.
you got a what'd you get? A 4?
4.
So like you got a 4, which is good. If you got a 6, you would clear 3 heat instead of 2 heat. If you want to, you can say I'm going to spend a coin to increase the quality of my success. And you can then increase the quality so it'll be as if you rolled a 6. Same with like acquiring assets and stuff like that.
Does that mean I could get an extra experience point in Resolve?
That's exactly where I was going with this. If you want to like spend a coin to like buy people drinks and stuff, you can say like I'm taking an additional downtime action to train again, and like that's like you like spending some extra like greasing the wheels on all of the networking that you're doing.
You know what? I feel as though that's something that Undertow would definitely do. He would use his newly found money and throw it all away and start making some connections at the bar and buying some pretty ladies and men some lovely drinks.
Totally.
And making
Sam says, "I give up. Good night, folks."
Oh.
Side note, sorry.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend my coin and take an extra resolve.
Okay.
And fill up my resolve.
Cool.
There you go.
Deal.
So now I'm going to get an extra point in consort.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did you mark off the coin or do I have to?
So let's actually so since Sam ended up having the internet troubles, we'll finish up the downtime and like do experience and stuff, and we'll start with this score next week.
Okay.
Just so that way also Eric can be back for the start of the score and everything like that. So that'll be cool. And then if Sam is able to join us next week, we can like play with the extra person. That'd be cool. If not, then I will take my precious little NPC back and have him.
Sounds good.
So while we're doing that though, let's talk about money. So coins are like the if you look on the crew sheet and on your sheets, there's space for coins, and like the 4 like is like the default like storage that you have, because like a coin is like, it's not literally a coin, it is like literally like a like the D&D equivalent of like a big sack of gold or something like that, or like
I like imagining that it's like one giant fucking coin. Like
I mean, like the way that I imagine actually in this fiction, you'll appreciate this, Simone, is like I imagine them as the John Wick coins. So like you have like the actual like assets, like the actual like gold or like whatever your like assets are, like stored away somewhere, and that is like the like that's what the like coin and like the vaults and everything are. But then like the ability to, so you don't have to like carry all that around on you, there are these like minted like coins that are like magically like enchanted or whatever, and they like kind of like represent that, and so it's like widely accepted as like the currency of like, oh, I will pay you a coin for this service, and like, you know,
Sure.
sort of thing.
okay.
So what I was going to say is so I paid you guys I paid you out. So you start with 2 coin in your crew vault. That's like the equivalent of all of you kind of like pulling together your life savings to like get this shit off the ground, right? And then so you guys just made 5 coin total. Well, Simone made 1 coin and everyone else made 4 coin total. So then the question comes, where do you put that? So getting a vault is a like crew upgrade that you guys don't have access to right now. So technically the crew can only have 4 coins in its like storage. That's the max storage capacity. You guys have I think it's 4 points of coins that you guys can personally hold on you.
Yes.
Okay.
So
then we should have each taken 1.
correct. So
then
if you each take 1, the 2 from the everyone should have taken 1 coin. Simone, you had 2 because you got the bounty. And so you guys each have 1 coin. Simone has 2 coins, and then there's 2 coins that are in the vault right now, and that's like your guys' like rainy day savings.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So then I'm just gonna spend mine
to do your thing.
To do my thing, and
Absolutely.
I am just. Well, the wine is pouring.
Yeah.
The
Totally.
piano player's playing.
Blame it on the goose. Got you feeling loose. Blame it on the throne. Got you in the zone.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
But like on lutes and shit.
No, there's like I imagine that it's a lot of like swing jazz in this place.
And I'm also gonna take out my concertina
like
at some
a-
point and just
There you
Nice.
play some more sea shanties for everyone.
There you go.
Nice.
The ladies love sea shanties.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes, Echo.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like technologically, this isn't like they're like advanced enough. They have like pianos and like horns and stuff like that. So I imagine
Horns. Yeah.
Various
horns.
yeah. Well, like, you know, they have like trumpets and like that kind of shit. So I imagine like a lot of the like background like bar tavern music or whatever to be like swing band like
So
covers and stuff like that.
I imagine Undertow as one of those like douchebags like that would play like would go to like a if it was like college game would like take his guitar out into like the
Play
quad
Wonderwall?
and like play for the ladies or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Like
And
Wonderwall?
Play like Wonderwall
Anyway.
or like like so, but he would play it on his concertina
Yeah.
instead.
I said, baby.
Quick story: one of my good friends from college got a lot of girls' attention by learning the Mario theme song on his guitar and just playing it without it being plugged in. It was an electric guitar, and they went wild for it. So
that's hilarious.
I could imagine.
I very easily I could have been that guy were I not friends with all of the music majors who like you pulled out a guitar at a music major party and they'd be like fuck off like the last thing we want to think about is fucking music right now.
No, that's literally I know. So yes, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah,
Oh my
totally.
God.
Absolutely.
Fucking
Absolutely. I'm about
Oh, he's the best.
yeah, I love everyone's characters. Y'all are really fun. You guys have cool characters that I like a lot. All right. So does anybody else want to do any other stuff for downtime?
I think I'm done.
Okay. Then I think yeah, we'll jump in with the score for the like get Moon close enough to Rorik's corpse that he can like figure out how Rorik died next time. That'll be
Okay.
next session.
That works.
Okay.
So cool. So let's do some experience and then we'll wrap it all on up. Okay. Cool. So who wants to go first? Well, let's do the crew first actually. Just because I have the crew sheet up. You guys successfully did a thing. Actually, I gave you guys experience for that last time, right? Because it was like, yeah. Yeah, you guys. I gave you guys the experience for completing this job at the end of last session because last
Okay.
session was like you basically completed the job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you guys contend with challenges above your current station? You met,
I don't know.
You
Did we?
You didn't. You met people that were far above your current station,
Mm.
but you didn't exactly
didn't
contend
contend.
with them. Yeah. Did you bolster your career's reputation or develop a new one? Now this I think you did do, because you have done some shit to gain some heat, and you've like done some high profile stuff, and the Red Sashes, who are not no one, like know who you guys are now. You don't have like a name or like a reputation like an actual mechanical reputation, but like the Red Sashes like know who the lot of you are. Even if you're
something's going on,
Yeah.
and something's forming.
Yeah, even if
They're taking notice.
even if your branding needs a little bit of work, they have taken notice. So I think you guys get an experience point for that. So good job. Did you guys express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
There was a tiny bit of inner conflict of personal belongings.
So
what belongs to who and who has say over it.
Well, so actually here, the thing that I liked was the acknowledgement of when Crow was like, no, I think we should get more money, and there came the time to try to persuade them to give you more money, and Crow turned to Undertow because you as a unit, you guys know Undertow knows how to do the talking.
Yeah.
So that
only sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
you're our mouth. I am not based on being a mouth.
You're the crew's gun.
I'm down.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys got some crew experience. Nice work.
Yay.
As far as individuals, who would like to go first?
You want to go Undertow?
Sure.
You're first on my screen, so I figured that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I did not roll a desperate action.
None of us did.
Not a lot of rolling. Sorry about that, but this was kind of, in hindsight, I guess, when I was planning this, I kind of always knew this was going to be kind of the here's the setup, right? There's going to be a lot of talking, and you guys are going to meet a lot of NPCs, but it's either a thing that I could have just told you guys about and kind of given you the exposition just by talking to you, or playing it out. And I thought it was kind of cool to be able to play it out and do all that sort of stuff. So
yeah.
So I think I addressed a challenge with deception or influence, or I tried to.
Yeah, I think you did, for sure.
All right. Is that is that one experience or two?
I think one. So that's
one.
Yeah.
Did I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Did you?
I don't know.
Do you think that you did?
Well,
you kind of alluded to your past relationship with your prostitute, but that wasn't your sex worker. But that wasn't around us.
No. But that's.
I did like the lines though, and I think you said them as throwaway lines, but when you were when you were saying you were upset about fucking up sailing the boat.
No, I think he was upset about that.
Right.
Because I crashed the ship.
But Undertow was like, "Come on, don't lie to me. You're better than this. You know me."
Yeah, and the way that you were no, don't talk to me like you talk to
your other guys. Yeah.
I think that was totally some really cool characterization. Absolutely.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
I live for that shit.
And then I know I like it too. And then did I struggle with issues from my vice traumas during the session? Not really. No.
No. Struggling with issues from your vice generally means overindulging.
Got you.
And
I didn't have any traumas.
Yeah, and so when you guys eventually have traumas, you can
not if, but when.
Right. Well, no, when. Part of this game is eventually everyone ends up with at least one or two. or if they're a character played by me, you end up with 4.
Mm.
Severely damaged.
I play my Blades like PCs when I get to, which isn't very often, but when I play Blades, and if you guys ever get to play Blades with me, you'll see I play fucking fast and loose with my characters. Like struggling with your trauma is like RPing out like your trauma, making it like difficult for you to do, or making like a shitty decision like in the fiction because of your trauma, like that sort of thing.
Okay.
If you like do that kind of stuff, then you get that experience, which is why having a trauma isn't having like your first trauma isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it gives you a new experience trigger. So
Okay.
cool. So that was Undertow.
Yep.
We could probably skip mine because I don't think I did anything experience worthy.
Well, you started talking to Moon about your fighting styles and the differences for your background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the only thing. Yeah.
But it's still
Doing some
something.
research, fighting techniques.
Yeah, there wasn't much opportunity for violence.
Yeah, but that'll come. That'll happen next. So what, 1 for that?
Probably, yeah.
I'd say 1.
There's a non-zero chance that violence will happen next time.
Yay!
I mean, like,
murder party.
You could always like make violence. You could have just like gone and like punched my Lyra in the face, or tried to.
I didn't think
that
would have
gone well.
She would have murdered you, but
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to, you guys haven't really encountered yet like enemies that are a higher tier than you. Like you kind of have been like fighting against underlings that are at or under your level as far as like fighting goes, but like eventually when you start like if you ever get into a situation where you're fighting someone that is like a higher caliber of a higher like tier than you, it gets like really hard really fast. Like this game is like not designed for you to be able to like go and fight someone like, really strong and survive. Yeah, well, because like when someone is a higher tier than you guys, like they have better armor, so like all of your shit isn't effective against them. Their weapons are a higher tier than you, so like they will do more damage. Like, but like as you guys eventually like gain in tiers, you guys also get that effect, right? Like,
nice.
Like when you guys eventually hit tier 1, if you're like fighting against people that are tier 0, you just like wipe the floor with them, basically. So yeah, but like, so like my Lyra Clave is like a tier 3 NPC probably, so she's no fucking joke. Yeah. So cool. So Crow.
I don't know if it would count, but as far as like addressing a challenge with tracking or violence, just because of the training I did, I don't know if that counts. Because it was like,
it wasn't a challenge, like, right? It was like a self-imposed thing. It's the wording there that I would say is like
expressing my beliefs drives heritage or background. I would say that the conversation I had with Costa
totally.
Yeah, to need to know the background of these people that we're dealing with.
Yeah, I don't like being so close to people that could like kill me with a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's why I took steps back, because I'm like, I am long range.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yeah.
And then struggled with issues for my vice or trauma. I didn't even indulge in my vice yet. But I did drink coffee on the way back to the ship because I can't sleep. No, not even one. Okay.
I appreciate the attempt. Don't get me wrong. I do.
So 1 from the drive/background.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Cool.
I will take my 1. What happens when we fill up playbook advancement?
You get a new skill. Cool. You can pick a new skill and then you get to use it, and it's really fun.
Yay.
Well.
Oh yeah, I really need to use my skill more. Well, I guess I couldn't really, but
yeah,
I had, because I need to take 2 stress to do it. But
do you wanna know my favorite story about when I got to use Rook's Gambit for something?
What?
So Rook's Gambit is the slide skill that Marissa has, and
yeah.
it lets you take 2 stress to do something to like roll like any action as whatever action you want. So like if I wanted to like skirmish, right? Say I'm like fighting someone, I can like I can use Rook's Gambit and say I take 2 stress, and instead of rolling my skirmish, I'm going to roll my sway. Because I have like extra dots in sway or whatever. And so my favorite thing that I ever did was I had a smoke bomb that this was in our old campaign when one of my friends GM'd and I was playing one of my NPCs as a player character. I had a smoke bomb that the legend Raunchy Downlow, played by my friend Eric, who you met the other weekend, Simone. He had the smoke bomb, and we wanted to smoke out this like warehouse and like get people out of there. And I Rook's Gambited to roll.
I remember that.
Yeah, you were there, right? I Rook's Gambited to roll sway instead of like hunt to like get my smoke bomb in there. And the way that I described it was I opened the door a little bit, and I was like, hey, you guys over there, and I like made them all run towards me, and then I chucked the smoke bomb at them.
That's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, so
I like it.
Rook's Gambit.
So when you say skills, is that special abilities?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Totally.
Okay.
So yeah, so like I think you have sharpshooter, right?
Yeah.
So,
it says you can push yourself to do one of the following, and pushing myself means 2 stress.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And you can sharpshooter is cool because it lets you either like shoot like with like pinpoint accuracy. So that can be like
extreme distance.
That can be like really far away, or it can be like I want to like shoot this dude's left pinky off or something like that.
That pinky.
Or you can like
that pinky.
Yeah.
Fuck that pinky.
Yeah. Or you can do like cover fire, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I liked that one. I liked the unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress the enemy.
Yeah.
Only because I have a fine long rifle, so I just imagine like.
Yeah, and that's like yeah, and that's essentially like that's cool too, because then it's like you like the skill, like the pushing yourself there is like you're just reloading like super quickly, right? Like like you're just like basically super quick at reloading. Like in our first campaign, Sam's girlfriend Sue played what are you, a hound? And when she had a rifle too, and she would be like, her pet was like a little mouse, and she was like, when I push myself and when I'm like rapid firing, the mouse is helping me reload. So it becomes this like
tiny bullets.
Yeah, and so it becomes this like well that's what it is. It becomes this kind of like chain, like the synergy of like she like loads the thing, and like as she's firing, the mouse is like going into her pouch and pulling out the next like round of bullets and like giving them to her to load and stuff like that.
That's adorable.
That's adorable.
And deadly.
Yeah.
And deadly.
Yeah, skills are fun and can do all sorts of weird shit. So
cool. I'm filling up my playbook.
Yeah, me too. That's the next one.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now as well.
Yeah.
So it's 10, so I have to drop off.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. This is the end of the show. Good work, everybody.
Good.
Yes, this is the violence for the next.
Yeah, violence guaranteed. Tune in next time for
Goodbye,
almost
Internet.
certainly violence. All right. Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye.